everybody. I'm trying to get over the allergies in my throat and my breathing. So please ignore that. Forgive me. It is about 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, May the 9th. Just wanted to show you we have our basil. It's doing really well. Just watered them this morning, so you'll see they're a little wet. Parsley and the strawberries. You can see right here there's a couple strawberries starting up. Let's go over. I brought my little chair over so I could sit down. Here's our harvest for today. First harvest of the green beans. That's a 1-gallon bag of green beans. And we picked them from there. Now when you go through and you pick your green beans, you want to make sure that you're not picking the little young ones. You see that? They're pretty, let's get over here. They're pretty young. They look like, oh yeah, let's pick them. But if you let them stay on another week, again, I'm sorry, you won't get good size ones like these. So you'll leave them on here for your next harvest. You can go ahead and pick them at a later date next week. So you'll see that there's more that's going to be available, and they will continue to blossom too until it gets too hot, and then the plants start dying. Now here's the orange pepper. I harvested this one. It was stuck between two branches, and this right here is due to sunburn right in there. So you could easily cut around that and save and eat the rest of that. And then here is one of the green bell peppers. That's in my hand, so it's fairly good size. I'm really enjoying the size of these peppers compared to the ones down here. Let me show you. There you go. Here's a good one. Again, those are, I think, the Wonder brand, and then there's the regular green bell pepper. So you definitely notice a difference in size. So I really like these. My family's familiar with this size, and so yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, we're always going to have jalapenos. Let's face it. Come back over here. Okay, we got eggplants growing. Eggplants are growing. There's one up here too. Can you see it? It's kind of right in the middle there, and then there's a purple flower up above it. But you're going to look at this video and go, why do you see it cut off all the time? Here's an eggplant. A couple more eggplants. I pick them, but I picked this one, but it's really got more growth potential. This one's getting close to picking it. our cherry tomatoes. As you can see, we've got some coming on. I was able to pick 4 of them. Now these, you'll just let them sit on your counter and they'll ripen, get red, and they'll be really sweet. Because believe it or not, all the nutrients that it's pulled from the plant, even though those don't look ripe, all the nutrients that it would get are already in there. So let them sit on the counter. They'll continue to finish ripening to the color that we're used to. And as it does that, it will sweeten up it even more. So don't worry about picking early. Just leave it on your counter, paper towel, and you'll be in business. Again, we have lots of tomatoes that are probably going to be picked maybe before next weekend. Let's see what we can get. There's one back there. I'm really happy with how the tomatoes have turned out so far. And I really like, if you go back to episode 9, which I think was yesterday's, May 3rd, I talk about in the description about ventilation. So you may want to go back and read that if you're interested in that. Zucchini, I just don't know what to say. It's not being very productive at all this year. You know, you're gonna have that. It's not necessarily anything that you're doing wrong. It could be, see, it's still getting rot down there. And I took all, there's one there. There's kind of, get down here. This right here. Right there's one. Let's see, it's been that size for 4 weeks now. Now over here we've got a couple promising ones, and over here there's a couple promising ones there. So fingers crossed, everybody. And it could be when we get to warmer temperatures too, a little bit warmer, they'll kick off and start really producing. We'll see. Time will tell. Jalapenos. Talked about that. I showed you these smaller bell peppers. Mom's chard. Beets. Those have been looking good. I'm just going to consider we're not having a beet harvest. And again, that's okay. Don't worry about it. You know, gardening is a crapshoot. Especially when you're a novice and you're just learning what works best for your garden. Like the green beans down there, I did, if you go back a couple seasons ago, which is on my other gaming YouTube channel, I got to bring them over so you guys can see them here on Marana Garden Life. But we did an experiment of 4 different types of green beans to see which ones grew quicker, produced more harvest, and were good to eat. And the popular, that's the brand name, or the green beans name is Popular. Or was it Provider, sorry. It's the Provider brand that I showed you earlier. Those have when you cook them up, they have a great skin. They have a great bean. And they grow really well. So I recommend those. And last but not least is our broccoli and cauliflower. The broccoli is pretty much done. It tends to be, in my experience, which is a long time, it's just this one growing season. It seems to be you cut it off and you may get some offshoots, but that's pretty much it. Here's our dill. Now, I was giving up hope on the cauliflower, but then I looked inside. They get these little bugs on them too. I tried to wash them off. Again, I saw these in the store and I thought, oh, let's try them. Well, my daughter wants to come over in the fall when we plant for the fall-winter season. She wants to put up some cucumbers. So this bed is going to turn into a cucumber bed. And I might try to squeeze in sugar snap peas. My wife wants me to grow those. And that will be the first time that I've grown them here in Marana. So that will be our next adventure. But anyway, there you have it. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by Marana Garden Life. Have a great week.